Thinking of moving abroad? Fewer taxes, more beaches, and way better coffee. Maybe. It's a huge decision, and honestly, it can feel impossible. Where do you even start? You see these insane videos of people living their best lives in Europe or Latin America, and you're stuck wondering how they even did it. Was it a secret lottery? Did they win a challenge for a private island? It's actually way simpler than you think, but nobody ever breaks it down. That's what we're doing today. No fluff, no impossible dreams, just the facts. So I've done all the boring research so you don't have to. We're going to count down the top 5 places for US citizens to get residency, and we're doing it fast. This isn't a 2-hour documentary. This is a rapid-fire guide to get you started. For each country, I'm giving you the quick pros, the cons you need to know about, and a little bit of wit to keep things interesting. We're talking about visa options, cost of living, and what life is really like when you get there. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which of these 5 countries could be your next home. We're going to make this massive, life-changing decision feel a little less terrifying and a lot more exciting. I'm basically giving you the ultimate cheat sheet for leaving the USA. Are you ready? Let's get into it. First up, we're heading to Europe for some incredible food and even better vibes. Kicking off our list at number 1 is Portugal. This place is famous for pastel de nata and, surprisingly, some pretty mild bureaucracy compared to its neighbors. For years, this has been the spot for Americans looking to move to Europe, and for good reason. They have some of the most straightforward residency pathways on the continent. The Digital Nomad Visa, or D8, is a game changer. If you work remotely, you just have to prove a steady income, and boom, you're in. And if you have some money to invest, the Golden Visa is still an option, even though they changed the rules recently to exclude real estate in major cities. The pros are insane. You get access to affordable, high-quality public health care. The climate is amazing year-round, especially in the Algarve region. And in cities like Lisbon and Porto, English is spoken everywhere. You can get by without being fluent in Portuguese, at least at first, but it's not all perfect. The biggest con right now is the rising cost of housing. Lisbon and Porto are getting expensive, almost on par with some U.S. cities. And while the bureaucracy is mild for Europe, it's still bureaucracy. Things move at a slower pace. So if you're dreaming of those coastal European sunsets and don't mind waiting a bit for paperwork to get processed, Portugal could be your spot. It's an incredible country for a high quality of life without the insane price tag of other Western European nations. Just remember, Portugal is great for sunsets, and less great for instant gratification paperwork. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but the finish line is a glass of Vinho Verde on the beach. So, who's packing their bags? Next up, we're heading a lot closer to home with country number 2, Mexico. Tacos, incredible beaches, surprisingly fast residency options. A lot of people think of Mexico as just a vacation spot, but it has one of the easiest residency processes for Americans. The key is the temporary residency visa. Apply at a Mexican consulate in the US before you even leave. You just need to prove funds, monthly income, or savings in the bank. It's that simple. The pros are massive. Lower cost of living. Your money goes way further. Incredible lifestyle for a fraction of the price. Big expat communities in San Miguel de Allende, Lake Chapala Playa del Carmen. It's right next door to the US, super easy and cheap to visit friends and family. But be smart. Safety varies by region. Do your research. Healthcare quality varies. Private is excellent and affordable, public can be mixed. Paperwork and renewals can get confusing. Still, Mexico is an amazing option. Close enough to pick up a missing Amazon package in person. Incredible quality of life. The path is wide open. All right, for our third spot, we're heading north to Canada. Polite neighbors, long winters. So seriously, bring a good coat. Canada might not have tropical beaches, but it offers stability and an incredibly high quality of life. The country is actively looking for skilled immigrants. They have a super clear points-based system called Express Entry. Express Entry Age, education, work experience, language skills score high enough, and you get an invitation to apply for permanent residency. It's one of the most direct paths to full-on residency and eventual citizenship. Strong social safety net, universal health care. Cities are clean, cities are safe. They consistently rank among the most livable. Culture is very similar to the US. You won't feel like a total fish out of water. Natural beauty, Rocky Mountains, Alberta, coastlines of British Columbia. However, there are some significant cons. Express entry is competitive. Taxes are higher. It gets cold, unless you're in Vancouver. Cost of living in Toronto and Vancouver is incredibly high. But if you can handle the cold and the taxes, you're getting a top-tier country in return. You'll get your residency and a sincere apology with it. For number 4, we're back to the tropics. Welcome to Costa Rica, the land of pura vida and having actual nature as your next-door neighbor. This place is a paradise for anyone who wants to slow down and live a more relaxed, outdoor-focused lifestyle. Costa Rica has been welcoming American retirees for decades with its pensionado visa, which requires you to show a monthly pension of just $1,000. But they also have a rentista visa for people with investment income and a new digital Nomad visa. The government genuinely wants expats to come and live there. The pros are all about the lifestyle. The country is a world leader in conservation, jungles, volcanoes, and 2 different coastlines. It's one of the happiest countries on Earth for a reason. The culture is laid back and friendly, and the healthcare system is considered one of the best in Latin America. You can live a very healthy, active life here for a reasonable cost. It feels like you're on a permanent wellness retreat, but with way better coffee and actual sloths. But the Pura Vida lifestyle comes with its own set of challenges. The job market for foreigners is very limited, so you really need to have your own source of income. The bureaucracy, known as the tramite, moves at a snail's pace. Patience is not just a virtue here, it's a survival skill. And while day-to-day living is affordable, imported goods, cars, electronics to your favorite peanut butter can be ridiculously expensive due to high import taxes. It's great for nature lovers, less great if you can't live without late-night delivery. And rounding out our list at number 5 is Panama. This country is an incredible mix of big city convenience with tropical vibes. Think Miami, but with a canal and way easier residency options. Panama has one of the best and fastest residency programs in the world. For Americans, called the Friendly Nations visa. If you're from the US or one of about 50 other friendly nations, you can get permanent residency by either getting a local job, making a real estate investment, a bank deposit. They also have a pensionado program that's considered the gold standard for retiree visas, with amazing discounts on everything. The biggest pro by far is that Panama uses the US dollar as its currency. This completely eliminates currency exchange risk and makes the financial side of moving abroad incredibly simple. Panama City is a true global hub with a skyline that rivals major US cities, amazing infrastructure, and a top-tier banking sector. You get the benefits of living in a developed modern city while being just a short drive from rainforests, beautiful beaches on the Pacific coast, and the Caribbean coast. It's the best of both worlds. Of course, there are downsides. The bureaucracy can be frustrating and often requires a good lawyer to navigate. While Panama City is very modern, healthcare quality and infrastructure can vary once you get outside the capital, and some expat enclaves can feel like a bubble, so make an effort to integrate into the local culture. But the bottom line is, the path is clear, and you get to use the dollar. No coin Jenga required. For a mix of modern living and tropical adventure, Panama is tough to beat. So there you have it. 5 of the absolute best and easiest options for Americans looking to start a new life abroad. Portugal, Mexico, Canada, Costa Rica, Panama, and hopefully, you now have a much clearer picture of what's possible. This isn't just a fantasy. People are doing this every single day, and you can too. Each of these countries offers a unique trade-off: culture, cost, climate. The perfect place for you is on this list. You just have to decide what your priorities are. The most important takeaway is that moving abroad is achievable. It takes research, it takes planning, and it takes a bit of courage, but the door is wide open. Don't let the how stop you from dreaming about the where. This video is your first step. Use it as a launchpad to do your own deep dive into the 1 or 2 countries that really sparked your interest. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single YouTube video, right? I really hope this guide was helpful. We packed a lot of information into a short amount of time, but this is just the beginning of the conversation. If you liked this quick guide, hit subscribe and come back for more deep dives. Next up, moving checklists and cost breakdowns. We're going to break down every single step. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.